Welcome back to What Are Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a KV-3, it's a Tier 7 Soviet heavy tank. It's located on North Spawn of Himmelsdorf under the command of Marybanks of REBRN. Okay, game started and her guns dropped, so maybe she's not loaded in. Oh no, she has. There you go. Well, the KV-3, it's basically an up-armoured version of the KV-1 with a new turret and a much bigger gun. In this case, Marybanks has got the 122mm, 390 alpha, 175 penetration, and she's not carrying any premium rounds whatsoever. Now, it's got a nicely rounded turret, which actually makes it fairly difficult to pen. A lot of those shells will just bounce off that rounded turret. The stock turret is much like the T150, and in fact, actually, they share a similar heritage. The T150 and the KV-3 were both designed about the same time, and the T150 came from the KV-222 line, whilst the KV-3 came from a sort of like KV-1 line with extra armour. Now they built the KV-220 and they built the T150, and they took them out to see how they performed. And well, they did perform rather well. Oh, she nicely angled there. She angled just at the right moment. The round just literally bounced off her armour. Good angling really can save you, and there she's done it again. And it can also earn you medals as well. Oh no, that was a T29, and shall we have a look and see where it went in? Yes, it went in through the front plate area. She's got a KV-2, she puts slams around into him for 347, and she bounces the 90mm round coming off the T29. Now, how do I know it's the 90mm? Well, it's 240 alpha on the shot that she blocked, so that is definitely a 90mm gun. Okay, she's just holding here for the moment, fighting it out in the banana. Yes, good hit. 364. It's a low roll, but no, she's just blocked another shot. And she's doing rather well. Excellent work. Now just let it dial in. Go for the cupola. Oh, she didn't get it this time. Wasn't fully dialed in. Oh, she pulled up there. And you don't want to give somebody a shot into your lower plate when you rise up against that mound. Ideally, you want to not to give them any shots on any weak spot at all. Looking for the top of the T29, which is a weak spot. That's it, nicely angled, not over angled. Oh, she's got the side of the turret, in fact the rear of the turret, and she got that one in. It's a low roll again, but it's another 377. She's doing excellent. Go for it, let it dial in. Yes! And a high roll this time, 449, about time too. And she blocks another shot. 2.19k blocked already. She's well on the way to getting a steel wall. Blocked another shot. She needs at least 11 blocked shots to get the steel wall, and at least 1,000 hit points of damage blocked, and the highest in the battle. She didn't get that one in because it hit that sloped armor around the turret. Very difficult to get through that. You can see the marks on the enemy there where she's missed the shot. That one didn't go. That one hit the mantlets, which is quite a strong point. And whoa, that KV-3 is being jockeyed out of position by the T29, who wants the spot for himself. And he just got tracked there. Mary's doing the right thing. Pull back in. Don't let them have a shot. Let the strong points show to the enemy, so they keep missing her. She's doing very well. And she said nice job on the hill. They've cleared the hill, and she's now going to push. The KV-2 has taken out the game, so there's the threat there gone. She can use the next mound, or she can move up even further and even closer to the enemy. Get to the next opening here and try and start trolling them. The only risk though is the enemy might try to come around the corner and shoot her in the side. So instead she's going right to the corner. And this is where the Tiger P behind her can come up and help. Oh, she's got the ass of that KV-3. That's anal probing time. And there's a T67 just around the corner who wants to die. And she could auto aim. Oh, Panzer IV put a round into her. She finishes him off with one round. but she did take a round from the T67 before he died. In fact, she blocked 2 shots from the T67. One shot was a penetrator for 75. He used APCR to get her. She's going for the ass of that T29. She gets it nicely. T29 suddenly notices who's behind him, and she side scrapes out onto him. Go for the kill. Yes! Lovely, and that wins the game for Marybanks. What a great game. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Well, this game was from earlier this year, 30th of January. And yes, it's been sitting around waiting to be done, but it's a very good game, isn't it? Second class tanker for Marybanks in the KV-3. She got a shell proof for blocking more damage than the hit points of her own vehicle. A duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged her. Fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points of her own vehicle. And she got a hand of God for surviving the battle, having received damage from 4 different enemy tanks. On top of which, she picked up the high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, and a steel wall for blocking the most damage in the game. And just look at that win 8, 4, 6, 5, 7. Anyone would be happy to have a win 8 like that because it's Super Unicum standard. Let's have a look at the team score. 2,823 hit points of damage. The next highest scorer was the enemy KV-3 with 2,093. And after that, it was the Hellcat on her own team with 1,841. When it came to kills, the Hellcat managed to get 4, the Jagdpanzer 4 managed to get 3 kills, Marybanks got 2 alongside the Jagdpanther, the Tiger P and the Slug 3G on her own team, and the Jagdpanther on the enemy team managed to get 2 kills as well. When it came to base XP though, it was Marybanks. She's at the top with 980, which is not enough to get an ace tanker. In fact, it's only a second class, but I suppose that's because the KV-3 is fairly well played, because it's one of the stepping stones up the ladder to get to the double-barreled tanks, and at the time a lot of people were trying to get those. 977 XP goes to the Hellcat, 820 goes to the T-3485M. Mary fired 14 rounds in that game, got 11 direct hits and 8 penetrations, so very good accuracy, but she did get trolled a bit by the armour on some of those tanks. You saw the shots all over the KV-3 where the shell hadn't gone through, but that's because KV-3s are fairly well armoured, and obviously from the fact that she blocked as much damage as she did. 2,823 hit points of damage, all of it done at close range. She received 13 hits from the enemy in that game, only 5 of which actually penetrated, 8 non-penetrations, and 2,655 hit points of damage blocked by armour. She damaged 4 of the enemy, killed 2, did 56 hit points of damage assistance. On a premium count, she earned 50,438 credits, got 50,000 for completing the mission and events, so a total came to 100,438. And after repair and ammunition resupply, remember this was standard ammo throughout. Marybanks did not fire one single round of premium ammo during the entire game, and she still won 80,378 credits because she placed the shells where they would count. 2 awards, 2 bonds from the battle, 1 for the high caliber, 1 for the steel wall. 1,470 XP times 2 for the first victory, 2,940 experience points altogether. She said that wasn't so bad. Actually, it was damn good. I think anyone would be happy with a game like that. She kept her cool, and she was the receiving end of most of the fire coming from the enemy. The only tank that didn't fire at her at all during that incident was the KV-2, and it's a good job she didn't, because the KV-2 obviously fires HE, and if he's firing HE, he's bound to do some damage with a 152mm shell. But even so, Marybanks didn't suffer that much in the way of damage during the game anyway, so she probably would have continued the battle even if she'd taken damage from the KV-2. But it was a great game, so if you enjoyed this replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, please. And we've got more Marybanks replays coming up soon, and you'll be able to see how she's getting better and better at it. Yes, time to fear Marybanks when you see her in the team. Thanks for watching.